Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the show. Yes, it's that time, unfortunately, for me to say au revoir. Yes, because this may be the last Hookster Talks, not of the year. We'll have another special at some point before Christmas, but of course, this is the last time that I will be talking about Formula One. Now, if it's all very, very exciting on Sunday, I may come back and do another little special live stream next week, but officially this will be the last stream of the championship. Yes, with me and Mr. TB. Oh god, he's had a rough week, everyone, haven't you? Yes, he's had a rough week. It's not easy being a Lewis Hamilton fan, is it, TB? Sure isn't. Sure, he's had a bad week. Poor lad, the poor lad. He's had such a bad week, hasn't he? Yes. What's that? He should retire now. TB! TB! What's those words out of your mouth, TB? Should retire. Come on, you're the number one Lewis Hamilton fan. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. He's coming back next year, and he's really excited for the new regulations. Yes. He thinks he's going to be a lot better next year. We will see, won't we, TB? We will see. Yes, anyway, here he is. Everyone's favourite bear, possibly for the last time. The last time. No more TB the bear. No more TB the bear. Yes, yes. Yes. Now, people do ask me what happens during the off-season of Formula One, and especially what... It's all right, calm down, TB, calm down. And what happens to TB the bear? Well, some of you have asked if he actually hibernates during the off-season. And the answer to that is no. Unfortunately, bears don't actually hibernate. No, they don't. They're around all the time, bears. Yeah, so no. So I'll tell you exactly what happens to TB the bear during the off-season. Yeah, in about an hour and a half, when I've finished this stream, I will turn off. I will turn off the said stream, and then I'll probably do this. And then he can stay there till next March. TB! TB! Come back, TB! Are you alright? Are you alright, lad? TB! Come back! Come back to me! Oh! I lost the fella. Here he is. He's alright. Bit dusty, but he's alright. He's alright. Yeah. Oh dear, let's put you down here. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the more lunacy, the better, Hookster Talks. Yes, that's me. How are you all doing on this fine Thursday evening, almost into Friday? Let's have a look. Have I got the chat up? I don't know if I've got the chat. No, I haven't got the chat up. Hang on, I'm going to put the chat up. Where's me doc? Where's me Dixon the Doc Green? There it is. And there's the chat. There is the chat. We've got some F1 news in the background, as you can see there. But let's have a look. And it's the Paddock Lesbians. He says, Dumb and Dumber, Part 3. That's me. That's me. Now, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about this weekend's Grand Prix, yes. Which is going to be... Who is going to win? Who is going to win? This is the problem. This is the problem. Is it going to be... I've forgotten who's even in it these days. Is it going to be Lando? Is it going to be Oscar's pastry? Or is it from the outside? Bet Max Verstappen. Well, anyone can win it. Anyone can win it because anything can happen. One engine failure between Lando, Oscar or Max... And it's all over for them. All over for them. Now, don't forget, of course, we don't know the inside scoop, but McLaren seemed to be on quite worn out last engine in the line situation. Whereas if you remember Max a few races ago had a new engine put in, if he's still on that, so Max is in the best seat for reliability. But is Lando Norris after this weekend going to be the Formula One world champion? Is he going to be a worthy world champion, or is everyone going to go, nah, can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. I gave up after Nigel Mansell. Yeah, Nigel Mansell, he was the world champion. Down with the EBU. Down with Eurovision. Yeah, I've just seen that on Sky News before I started on air about the fact that a certain country has been allowed to enter into Eurovision. Unfortunately, due to being live on YouTube, I'm not allowed to get into the political ramifications of anything like that whatsoever, because YouTube doesn't like that sort of thing to be discussed, so I can't talk about it. But I did see it on Sky News just before I came on air. Hi Shane, hi Dave. Was you surprised on Monday when I commented on your Hookster Talks video about the Qatar Grand Prix because it was my nan's? I wasn't surprised at all, mate. No, nothing really surprises me these days. Yeah, I'm too old for getting surprised. Yes. Hello, Mr. Pleinall Plessy. Want to see you, so congratulations to Max Verstappen on winning the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Well, it looks like it could happen. Congratulations to Max Verstappen on winning his 5th World Championship. Yes. Lando Norris will never win a World Championship. There you go. There you go. Well, we will find out, won't we? On Sunday. Yes. Some people say Abu Dhabi shouldn't be the final race. And I agree. That's why I call it Abu Dhabi, because it's just boring, isn't it? As a final race. I'll tell you what the final race should be. Brazil. That should be the final race out of this season's calendar. Brazil should be the final, because that's a cracking circuit. But no, it has to be Abu Dhabi, doesn't it? Yes. Hello, Mr. Rugari. He says Lando Norris, World Drivers' Champion. There you go. You heard it here first, everyone. Next week, it'll be time for darts. Much better than F1. You got that right. You got that right. Darts is a lot better than F1. Yes, especially these days. Oh my God. I hope Lewis Hamilton can have a better season next year. I hope so too. As I said at the start, he is actually looking forward to next season, and he's looking forward to the new season regulations next year. So fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed, everyone, that Lulu is going to have a better season next year at Ferrari. But the main problem with Lewis Hamilton next year is the fact that he will be at Ferrari. That's the main problem. We could possibly get a better season out of Lewis next year if he was still at Mercedes. But being at Ferrari next year, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Never have I ever seen a driver so ill-fitted in a team like Lewis Hamilton is at Ferrari. Seriously. Now, everyone went, what the hell, holy moly fuck, when Nigel Mansell went to Ferrari, because that was completely unexpected. And everyone thought he's not going to fit in there at all. But in actual fact, he fitted in very well at Ferrari, did old Nigel. Very well indeed. But Lewis Hamilton just has not gelled with that team whatsoever. To be fair, though, Charles Leclerc is also struggling. So it's not all Lewis's fault. Charles Leclerc is struggling as well. But that move was just the completely wrong move for Lewis. It really was. And I just can't see, still being at Ferrari, that things are going to improve next year. Because Ferrari are just being Ferrari like they have been for the last 50, God knows how many years they've been in Formula One. They're just being like Ferrari always are. And I can't see any improvement with Lewis Hamilton next year. Now, I hope that doesn't mean we're going to see more of last positions in qualifying, because that would be disastrous. It really would. And then, unfortunately, that might invoke the team's own performance clause, which could, unfortunately, get rid of Lewis halfway through the season. Hopefully, that's not going to happen. Hopefully. I think Lewis has done enough to hold his seat at Ferrari anyway, but yeah, we don't want that cause where he actually gets sacked halfway through the season, because that's horrible. That's horrible. And also, this is the last race for the DRS system. Jensen was the first driver to press the DRS button. Yes, it is the last race for the DRS system. There will be something similar to it next year, but not the same. You'll you'll have the rear wing open, but it only opens a lot. It's got a lot narrower rake on it on the rear wing, and of course we're going to have the front wings are going to be able to be opened as well. Now, of course, a lot of people have said that the front wings have been flexing for the past 5 to 10 years on the cars. Yes, some say they've been very, very close to being illegal in the regulations as well for the past 10 years. So now at least they will be able to get away with it. But yes, so the front wings will be opening up. I don't think it's going to be by much, probably a couple of centimetres or whatever. But they will be opening up on the front wings, as well as a small rear sort of DRS section on the back. But it's not going to be anything like the system we've got at the moment, where practically the whole of the rear wing section folds down as it goes down the straight. It's not going to be anything like that, but there's going to be something there similar to DRS that we've had for the last God knows how many years. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how that works. I'm also looking forward to see how that would work in a crash situation where the wing is damaged. If that DRS section at the front gets damaged, does that mean that the drivers will have to come in for a pit stop? Whereas now what usually happens is they just carry on going. We've seen so many cars with those end fences missing and they've just carried on going. But maybe next year they won't be able to do that and they will have to pit because of the DRS being damaged and causing them to lose quite a lot of speed down the straights. They may actually have to come in, but we'll have to find out and see what happens next year when obviously the first car plows into another car and one of them gets damaged on the front. We will see. We will see. Hello, TB, says Shane. Yes, hello, TB. He's all right. He's having a little rest now. He gets very, very tired. Hello, Mr. Will F1. Welcome to the stream. He says David Croft is really worried. Well, if I was David Croft, I'd be really worried as well. Yes. My five-timer at 28, Max Verstappen. Yes, yes. He can win it. He can win it. But he needs a lot of luck. He needs a lot of luck. For him to win it, we need a engine failure for Lando so that he gets absolutely 0 points. And for Oscar to, I think, only finish in about 5th or 6th in the race. Then Max has got it. So it is a big parameter that he's got to do to actually get the job done. It's not easy because it's a 24-point deficit. And you only get 25 for the race. So it's a 24-point deficit. No, sorry, it's a 12-point deficit now, isn't it? I was forgetting about last week. It's a 12-point deficit, but that's still a lot to do. Still a lot to do. I mean, he could win the race and then Lando could just sit in second place and he's still world champion. That's the way it's definitely going to go. If I was Lando Norris, that's exactly what I'd do. I'd just sit behind Max, do a race, don't get into any trouble or difficulties. Don't even try to overtake Max because there's no point because he'll still be world champion. So that's what I'd do anyway. So, yeah. We will see. We will see. Is he going to be a pussy or is he going to try and fight with Max? I mean, if Lando tries to fight with Max, we know what the end result that's going to be. Yes, he's going to lose because Max will muller him. So, but we will see. And Oscar, I mean, he has shown a little bit of fight in him occasionally, but I don't think he's got much fight against Max either, to be fair. So we will see what happens. We will see what happens. Only one Top of the Pops tomorrow for 1998. Nothing of interest on that show, but after that it's Christmas 1975. Merry Christmas. Has it got Slade on it? Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes, yes. Can't beat a bit of Slade, you know. It features acts such as Pilot, Mud. Oh, I remember Mud. 10cc, yes. David Essex. Tammy Wynette. Oh, my God. And Telly Savalas. I remember that song. Telly Savalas. Oh, my goodness. I just want to do a little tribute to Telly Savalas, one of the greatest B actors in the business was Telly Savalas. Hugely underrated, and every single film he was in, he he just did it to the max. Great talent, but sadly ended up known as a B actor. B actor is, sort of, you're not at the top of your game, but he was well above the top of his game, but unfortunately he was never regarded as that, which is a shame, because he was definitely. If you watch any film with Telly Savalas in it, you will see a man at the top of his craft, basically. Every single movie he was in. I've never seen a single bad movie. Even when he was in James Bond in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, he was still doing the business. He really was. So yeah, a great actor was Telly Savalas. And of course he was Kojak. Yes. Who loves you, baby? Yes. Sucking on his lollipop. Oh my goodness. Angel of mine, lol. Mr. 8-timer Lewis Hamilton. Yes, Lulu. That's never going to happen, is it? Lewis is not going to win another championship. Not unless a miracle happens next year and Ferrari have designed a car that's going to be unbeatable. But I can't see that on the former Ferrari right now. I can't see that happening. Shane says, I don't know if Lewis Hamilton will ever be an 8 times world champion. No, he won't be. He won't be. It's he's too old now, unfortunately, to win that next championship. He's too old. I'll say, unless a miracle happens and Ferrari come out of the box, like they did a couple of years ago. In fact, they showed a lot of promise, didn't they, in the early rounds, but then tailed off again, which is the typical story of Ferrari. So I can't see it myself. Paul Please says, get Yuki Tsunoda on this all season's rubbish again. Yes, we need Yuki Tsunoda back, don't we? Yes. Of course, there is some news this week about Yuki Tsunoda, isn't there? And we will get to that in a minute because we've got some F1 news. In fact, before I forget, we will go to Yuki Tsunoda in the F1 news. We've got this from Instagram. Yuki Tsunoda. A heartfelt message from Yuki after the news he won't be on the grid in 2026. Yuki Tsunoda. I'm not finished yet. Finding out I won't have a race seat in 2026 was incredibly tough. But I'm determined to work harder than ever with Red Bull as a test and reserve driver to develop with the team and prove I deserve a place on the grid. Life's full of setbacks and this is mine. It's not going to deter me from being the best F1 driver I can be. So there you go. That's on the official F1 channel, I think. Yuki Tsunoda. And as you can see, quite a lot of support there as well. Quite a lot of support there. What's that meme? Come join us, Yuki. Yes, look at that. That's the Hall of Shame, that is. Look at that, the Hall of Shame. Daniel Ricciardo. Sergio Perez. Liam Lawson. That Liam Lawson. Alexander Albon, of course, yes. I don't know who that is in the middle. Who's that in the middle? Is that Daniel Kvyat? Might be Daniel Kvyat, I'm not quite sure. He won't let me blow the picture up, so I can't see it. Yes, the Hall of Shame. Look at them all going up to the steps to heaven. I mean, not literally. None of them are dead. It's fine. Don't panic, everyone. But it's just, literally going off into that should have been a sunset picture, actually. Going off into the sunset, because that's the stairway to heaven. That is. So whoever did that meme, you didn't do it very well, did you? That's the stairway to heaven. Yes. They're all still with us. Don't panic. They're all still with us. That should have been a sunset. Yes, because that's where they all went. Riding off into the sunset. Daniel Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, Liam Lawson, Alexander Albon. Well, he hasn't ridden off to the sunset because he's now at Williams. And I think that's Daniel Kvyat in the middle. I think it is. It's hard to tell without blowing it up. So there you go. Yeah, it's the sad news that Yuki Tsunoda is no longer going to be. I said no longer with us. Is no longer going to be driving in Formula One. He's just going to be a test and reserve driver. But unfortunately, once you get to a test and reserve driver, that's pretty much your career over. At least in Formula One, anyway. So apart from Valtteri Bottas, yes, don't forget Valtteri Bottas. He's coming back. But apart from that, usually it's your sort of permanent demotion and you don't usually come back, which is a shame. Hang on a minute, I got a message. The Paddock lesbians of these comments aren't coming up. Well, they're on my screen. I've got you on my screen. Ah, there you go. Because I had to put it onto live chat again. I don't know why you keep disappearing. I really don't know why you keep disappearing. You were there at the start and then you disappeared. You disappeared. And I can't go any further up the stream now, so I've missed those messages. I do apologise to everyone, but I can't. It won't let me go further up the stream. Show everyone my track in Dubai. It's a special surprise. I will do, but I better read some more of these messages out, or I'm going to disappear again. Hamilton won't even win another race, says Willer. There you go, you heard it here first. Ferrari 2025. Fiat. I do feel sorry for him, but also Isaac Hajar, who will be driving the Red Bull next year. Yes, true. Down with that certain country. Every time 3 or more drivers win a championship fight, the leader lost the championship. This is true. In the early 2000s and late 1990s, Suzuka in Japan used to be the final race, except for 2000 and 1997. I did watch the Darks at Lateside. Had only about 20 people in the crowd. A shadow of what it once was. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Because in 2000, Sepang in Malaysia was the final race. Final race could be Vegas, I guess. Oh, God, no. Please, no. We don't want Vegas as the final. No. Lando Norris, sensational. Last race should be Brazil always. Yes, I agree, Will. I agree. Also, I heard in 90... And I've lost the chat. Also, I heard in 1997, Jerez in Spain is the European Grand Prix was the final race. I'd rather scoop my hours out with rusty spoons than watch a race at Vegas. Yes, me too. Nicholas Latifi, sensational. Michael Massey, sensational. Brazil seems best as the penultimate event. Why do you think it would be like Albert Park in Australia? What do you think it would be like if Albert Park in Australia was the final race? I wouldn't like that at all, Shane. No. No, Albert Park I prefer as the first race of the season. I think it deserves to be the first race. It's just got that atmosphere that is just great. And unfortunately, with the length of the seasons now, back in the day, of course, when you only had like 16 or 17 rounds of the championship, Adelaide for Australia being the last round wasn't too bad. But of course, now if you had it as the last race in December, well, they are just going into spring, I think, in Australia right now. Maybe just start getting ready for summer, in fact. I can't remember how the seasons work in Australia. I know it's always bloody hot in December, I do believe. So they could actually be in summer now. I'm not quite sure. They could be in summer. So yeah, it would work, but I wouldn't want to see it on the current calendar as the last race of the championship, to be fair. Rugara, be quiet. Las Vegas shouldn't be on the calendar. Correct. Martin Brundle, sensational. Yes. It's almost Sochi levels of awful. It would be spoken about due to it being wacky and in the US. Talk about TMY's advent calendar. Oh my God. Do I have to? Do I have to? I'm sure he's actually posted them just to annoy me. Just to annoy me. Because I'm in the office doing YouTube at 9 o'clock in the morning, and for the last 4 days now, I keep getting that ping notification. And it's the TMY advent calendar. And I'm like a rabbit caught in the headlights. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to watch it. But I just can't. I just can't stop myself. My God, what a pile of shite he bought for a calendar this year. Has he not heard of Aldi or Asda or Tesco's or any of them? You know, you can buy advent calendars in there, surely. Why does he have to go to eBay and get an advent calendar from 2017? It's just ridiculous. Oh my God, I've never seen such a pile of cack as this calendar. Thank God, though, there's no chocolates in it. Because I'll tell you what, he'd be on the toilet all through Christmas if those chocolates were in it. Because God knows how long they've been in there. Probably from 2017, those chocolates. So thankfully, there are no chocolates. So he's going to get away with that. But oh my God, what's he had so far? 2 crash helmets and 3 race cars, isn't it? He's had in that advent calendar. Oh my God. Unbelievable. I think those crash helmets, actually, he was taking the piss out of them. But aren't they ones you stick on the end of pens or pencils or what? I think they are. Yes. But the cars are, oh my God, yeah, they're absolutely gone. They really are. TMY, sensational. Las Vegas is not good. It's worse than Monaco. I think it's a good racetrack. The first time Interlagos was the final race was 2004. No, it isn't. At least Monaco doesn't make you want to throw up when racing it. But in 2005, Shanghai in China was the final race. Verstappen only needs Norris to finish 4th. There you go. 4th. It's nighttime Monaco with a couple of weird sections. Also, I'm biased with that sphere. All-time great Formula 1 theme. I'm glad you said that, Mr. Rugala, because unfortunately, that sphere is not going to be there much longer. It's been a total disaster. What happens is you can walk into it and it's like this huge panoramic cinema thing, yeah, and it shows you, like, you can see the stars and what have you, and there's lots of stuff that's beamed inside it when you go in there. So it's actually an attraction, not just the bit on the outside which you see when the cars are going around the track. There's actually a thing inside as well, but apparently nobody's going in there. Nobody's going in there, and it looks like they might have to close it down due to lack of interest. Yes. And obviously it must cost quite a lot to do that sphere. There's a lot of LED bulbs on that sphere, so it must cost quite a lot in electricity. And you know, if they're not making any money back from the actual thing inside, it looks like it's going to go. So you may not see it at Las Vegas in a couple of years' time, unfortunately. But there you go. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Stop being biased. Not wavering on that. The Slave one was 1973. George Russell, World Drivers' Champion 2026. That could definitely be a thing. Yes. Definitely be a thing. George Russell has done very well this year. And if that Mercedes is better next year, we could well see George Russell as a champion. Max Verstappen, World Drivers' Champion 2025. You heard it here first. We just know that both the McLarens are going to plough into each other into that first left-hand turn at Abu Dhabi, and Max is going to sail past and win the race. We know it's going to happen, don't we? We know it's going to happen. Oh my God. Lando Norris bottling World Drivers' Championship 2024 and 2025 and 2026. Unfortunately, you don't get much of 1973 on Pig of the Pots because of a certain act we don't speak of who spent weeks at number one. I know the act that you're talking about. Yes, I know that act. Yes. And I can understand. Norris will crash into Ferrari World. Yes, he will. He will. Speaking of Telly Savalas, if you watch ITV4, they have Kojak on board. There you go, everyone. If you like a bit of Telly Savalas, he's on ITV4. Kojak, yes. That was a great show as well. And as I say, Telly Savalas, very underrated as an actor. He was right up there. Piastri did not pit in Qatar due to papaya rules. Yes. Mine aren't coming up on your screen, Dave. Yes, that I've sorted that. They're there now. They're there. Ferrari will be 6 in 2026. You could be right there, Will. You could definitely be right there. I mean, they're almost there at the moment, aren't they? Are they 5th and 6th? Not quite sure. Paddock has been filtered again. It's all because of his username. Is that what it is? Is he getting filtered because he's got lesbians? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, it's not me because I don't filter anyone. I have no filters in place. Even in the comments section for every video I upload, it's defaulted at moderation of comments. That's every single video you upload. It's defaulted at moderate, and I always put it as no moderation. Now YouTube still filters those comments and sometimes blocks them, but it's not me. So yeah, and I haven't done anything to the Paddock lesbians either. So it's YouTube themselves. Unbelievable. Spammy spam. Ferrari. Yes, Ferrari. Cadillac comes out the gates and Perez wins next year. That could also happen. Yes, that could happen. Get Nicholas Latifi on this all-seasons rubbish. Yes, Bottas sacked after one race. I was thinking it myself, Dave, that Lewis Hamilton won't win another title because he's in his 40s now. Yes, that's what it is basically. It's because he's getting on a bit now. Getting on a bit. Stroll 200 races. Deserve firing from Red Bull, to be fair. I agree with you, Mr. Rugari. He did deserve to be fired, but I did like little Yuki Tsunoda, and I thought he was going to do well. But unfortunately, the curse of that second Red Bull struck again. So he didn't do well. But I was rooting for him, but sadly, you're right, because he did do shit. And so, sadly, he had to go. But I was rooting for him. Liam Lawson is overrated. Yes. Brazil Formula E race this Saturday. Wowzers. If only I watched that, Will. If only I watched that. Lawson has 2 good races and 6 bad ones. And my fellow Yorkshireman has number 1 on his car. Is that Oliver Rowland by any chance? Is it Oliver Rowland? Liam Lawson. Have you heard anything about the F1 26 DLC, Dave? Like, what's it going to have and that? I haven't actually heard anything about that. Shame? No. They're keeping their cards very close to their chest at Codemasters. Probably because they haven't actually, got very far in the DLC yet. Because it's only December. And they've basically got until... Well, I don't even have to announce anything till next March, to be fair. So, it's plenty of time. As it's only a DLC pack, they haven't got to make the game again from scratch, which is what they seem to do every year. Or at least just improve the game every year. They haven't got to do that either, because they're using the 2025 game engine. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty easy all round. All I do know is that Madrid won't be included in the roster, but it looks like Madrid isn't going to be raced in real life next year, so that saved Codemasters anyway, because they had a lot of complaints on the forums from people saying, why isn't Madrid being in there, basically because they couldn't be bothered to build it. But it looks like they haven't got to bother to build it because it looks like it's not going to be on the calendar. So yay, Codemasters must be holding their hands up with glee right now, saying wowzers, that saved us a shit ton of work, because tracks obviously are the most time-consuming thing in the game. yes, to make the tracks, well, according to Cobalt anyway, it can take 2 or 3 months just to do one track apparently. Yes. So it's a problem. It's a problem, but it looks like it's been solved. That another driver in your country will have next year, right? A Dutchman will have it once again. Yorkshireman car number 1. Good evening all. Hello, Mr. DJM. Welcome to the stream. He says, good evening all. Sad for Yuki. Yeah, me too. Me too. I say I like the little fella. I did like the little fella. I liked it when they were at that Grand Prix that, or was it the one they couldn't go to? Was it last year or the year before? Where they had the flooding. And there was little Yuki with his broom helping sweep the water away. And I thought, now, there's a good guy. There's a good guy. You know? He didn't need to do that. And he wasn't doing it for publicity either because, you know, you always know when they are. It's obvious. He just wanted to help. So, yeah, well done to little Yuki for that. But unfortunately, yeah, in that Red Bull, he's done shit. So they had no option really but to get rid of him. But there you go. Will he get back into Formula 1? I have to say, I don't think so. I don't think so. He might, if someone gets injured, end up as a reserve driver. You know, a little bit like Nico Hulkenberg as a super sub. I could see that happening. Definitely see that happening. But as to a full-time seat in Formula 1, sadly, I don't think that's going to happen now for poor Yuki. So, yeah, there you go. Schumacher needs to remain the only driver with 5 straight titles. That record suits him, to be fair. It's Gasly. Yeah, it does. It's Gasly. Yuki will be off to IndyCar, I'd imagine. Yeah, I imagine he probably will be as well. Even though he's a development driver for Red Bull, it does give you the opportunity to go and do other things, to be honest, because, you know, being a development driver isn't like being a full-time Formula 1 driver. You have to be there to do stuff, but, you know, you have got the option to go and do other things. So he may go off and do IndyCar. It immortalises him and Ferrari because even Hamilton was not able to do it. The only race Lewis Hamilton missed in his F1 career was the Sakhir Grand Prix in 2020 because he had coronavirus. Yes, I remember that. Thanks to Max, to be fair. Planoplay says he keeps disappearing because YouTube have his name filtered because it contains a word that they don't like. Yes, that's right. Well, you know what you got to do, Mr. Lesbian, don't you? You're gonna have to put a hashtag in one of your letters. Just put a hashtag in there, and then that will get past the YouTube censors. That's what it is. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Put a hashtag in there. Is Paddock Lesbians being sneaky again? Well, he's always sneaky, so yeah, I'll say yes to that. Rosberg beat two 7-time champions in equal machinery. True. Rip to Yuki and Hajar's F1. Rest in peace to Yuki's and Hajar's F1 careers. This is true. Yes, this is true. Albert Park is the correct first race. Yes, it is. Paddock 69 will be cheating as usual. Nothing new. Get Harry Hill on this all season's rubbish. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Max Verstappen. Lando Norris. Who would win? Who would win? Let's find out. Fight! That's what we need. We need Harry Hill Formula 1 edition. Yes, I want to see Max Verstappen and Lando Norris fighting it out with some big stupid costumes on. That's what I want to see. That's what they call entertainment. I want to see that. I want to sort it out. TV companies, because I want to see that. Yes. Bahrain normally provides better than Australia, to be honest. True. I agree with you, Dave. Albert Park Australia is better than the first race of the season. Yes. My first race would be a rotation between Australia and New Zealand. Yes, Bahrain is good as a third or fourth event. Australia dry races can often be dull, to be honest. Yes, they can. First race of the season always threw up surprises when cars weren't so reliable. This is true. This is true. The cars are unfortunately too reliable. Even though they've got engine limits, which I had a little debate with DJM about the engine limits. I thought they'd gone to 5 engines, but no, it's still 4 engines for the whole of the season. But most of the teams actually do use 5 engines because they usually end up with a failure on one of them, so they have to go to 5 engines. So it's usually 5 engines for the whole season for most of the teams, but some of them still only get through 4. So yeah, 4 engines. And don't forget you got the sprint rounds included, 6 sprint rounds as well, which obviously puts extra wear on those engines. So despite all of that, and the fact you've got 24 rounds of the season as well, the engines are just too damned reliable, aren't they? They really are. They're just too reliable. They really are. Failures, you're getting what? Something like one car a season. I mean, we had Lando this season, haven't we? Has there been anyone else that's actually had an engine failure? I can't remember. Maybe some of the back markers have, but apart from that, they've been pretty bulletproof. Pretty bulletproof. Yes. What do you think of Sakari in Bahrain's the first race? It's all right. It's all right. I'm not 100% of a fan of it, but it's all right. Bahrain actually works, says Will. Sonoda proved in all of 2023, 2024 and 2025 that he's better than Lawson. I agree. But unfortunately, he's still out of a job, or at least out of a seat in Formula 1 anyway. The Christmas TV schedule this year, we know it's rubbish, but on ITV it's even more rubbish. Yes. Well, unfortunately, I don't think ITV care anymore because they've been brought out now by Sky, haven't they? I mean, I saw this the other day and I thought this is the end basically of traditional television in the UK, because Sky is now buying out ITV. The BBC, as we know, is completely in the mud and might possibly get sued for $5 billion. So what's going to happen with the BBC? I've no idea. No idea at all. And so really, Channel 5's owned by that newspaper magnate, and was it John Desmond or whatever, owns the Daily Sport or whatever, I can't remember. So that's Channel 5. So really, the only independent that's still going at the moment is Channel 4. And that's it. But I can see that being brought out by, I don't know, they do a lot of movies on Channel 4. Maybe Netflix will buy them out. Who knows? And then that will be the end of traditional network television, which will be a shame. It will be. But that's the way it's going right now with streaming and everything, that, traditional TV is dying. And I predict in, I don't know, 10, maybe 15 years, there may not be any actual, network TV anymore. It may all be gone. Yes, and it may all be online and it may all be streaming. It's pretty much that way anyway, to be honest. But yes, that could be the future of television, unfortunately. F1 Fanatic Rants has been really impressed with Liam Lawson. Wowzers. Good morning, Britain. Lorraine this morning and Loose Women are all on at Christmas. Are they? Wowzers. Do you know, I used to watch morning TV religiously. TVAM, that's the one. I used to watch that before I used to go to work. Yes. Roland Rat. Roland Rat, he was my favourite. Yeah, I used to watch TVAM before I went to work. Oh my God. That was the days when morning breakfast TV was king. Yes, just like your radio. Just like radio was king, breakfast TV was king as well. That was great, really was. Or as he calls him, Lesbian Lawson. Christmas, yeah, so I got it. He has been impressed with the underdog racers. How many races will Isaac Hajar last on the Red Bull? Good question. I'd say until the summer break, because that seems to be the time when Red Bull make their decisions. So until the summer break, then he'll probably be gone. Probably be gone, depending on how he does, of course. He at some point said Stroll had a better 2025 than Alonso. Also, the Secure Grand Prix in 2020 was the first race without Lewis Hamilton since the 2006 Brazilian Grand Prix. Stroll is only better at getting lucky. Will says fixed. No, fixed. Fixed. Yes. I'm actually a little bit upset, Will, because he hasn't uploaded a video for 3 days. Yes. I've been sitting there checking his channel every day, and he hasn't done it, Will. Maybe he's spending all that YouTube money he's got from his 3,200 views he got for his last video, and he's thought, you know what, I'm not going to make any more. I'm done. Yes, maybe that's what it is. But yes, I'm not impressed, Will. I'm not impressed. Yes. My F1 predictions for next year: Oscar Piastri will win the championship and Ferrari will not win a single race. I can definitely see that happening. Fixed. Will says Fixed will do 500 videos about Abu Dhabi this weekend if Verstappen wins the You just know that's going to happen, don't you, Will? That's just we all know that's going to happen. We all know that's going to happen. Yes, we do. We all know that's going to happen. Yes. Oh my God. I could honestly do a thesis. I said feces, not feces, not, you know, a thesis on Fixed. I really could. And I could go on for hours about Mr. Fixed. I really could, but I won't, but I could do. Oh my God. He said because Alonso had not been that impressive and Stroll was at least getting results. Yeah, he really doesn't like Verstappen, does he, old Mr. Fix-It? Mr. Jimmy Fix-It. He does not like Verstappen whatsoever, does he? Oh my God. He'll try and skew every single race where Verstappen does well into it's a fix, it's a contrivance, it's an absolute disaster. Why didn't Lewis Hamilton win? Every single time. It's just amazing. I've never seen so much biasness in all my life, to be honest. He is, though. He's the David Icke of Formula One right now. He really is. Really is. Unfortunately, eventually everyone's going to see through him. I think it's getting to that stage now where everyone's going to just go, what? I mean, you know, it's just because some of his theories that he's been doing, especially lately, have been absolutely ridiculous beyond belief. I mean, I'm still trying to work out his understanding of the tyre rules last week in his last video, because that was just completely all over the place. I actually listen, because I don't watch his videos really. 5 minutes at the start and then I click off. But I did actually only listen to, because I was doing something else, I listened to the last half an hour of his latest video. And that was just an old guy rambling shit in a room. He should have just left it at that and not even posted that on YouTube, because that's all that was. It's an old guy rambling in his room to himself. It made no sense whatsoever. And it's just remarkable that he thought, oh, I'll post that. That'll do. I'm sure that'll be alright. I'll post it. The last half an hour of his video, he's just rambling incoherent crap. He doesn't even know what he's talking about himself. Talking about the tyres and oh my God. Not a foggy fig. Not a foggy fig. Yes, they allocate tyres before they go to the Grand Prix, and you get the C1s, the C2s and the C3s. But what he didn't understand is that they're different for every single circuit. So the C1 for a certain circuit could be the harder tyre than the C1 for another circuit. he didn't work that out at all. He was like, oh no, well that's that one, because that's how his mind thinks. It's always got to be, everything has got to be a logical progression. And then he starts going back to old races from last year, and you can't do that just because the race last year had this amount of tyres and what have you. It doesn't mean the race, because the race is organic. It changes every year. But he couldn't work that out. It was too much for his little smooth brain to work out. He was like, what? But hang on, they did 36 laps on them tyres last. Yes, but they weren't the same tyres, you plum. They weren't the same tyres, were they? I'll do an impression of me shouting at the screen. You plum. They're not the same tyres, are they? He just needs to stick to moaning about judges in their tights and be done with it, because, he's not so good on the actual stuff of Formula One. I heard in 1999 Michael Schumacher missed a few races because he broke his leg when he crashed at Silverstone. Yes, he did, Shay. And Eddie Irvine very, very nearly won the championship at Ferrari, his teammate. Yes, Eddie Irvine. But unfortunately he didn't. But he came very close in 99 to winning the championship. Did old Irv the swerve? Yes. But yes, he did miss a few races due to his leg break, which was unfortunate, but these things happen. Will says, imagine... Oh, wait a minute, I've gone too far. Alonso lost 30-odd points due to reliability issues and strategy. Yes. Fixed did a 2-hour video about Michael... I know. Michael Massey. His actual supporters and the people that have a go at him are even worse, I have to say. Even worse, because if you look in the comments section of his videos, they also are just going round in circles, repeating the same thing over the same comments over and over and over again. So it's one of the biggest toxic environments I've ever seen on YouTube. It's a horrible thing. As I've said before, they keep saying to Jimmy Fixit to stop making these videos and to stop with, the things that he comes out with, which is pretty bad, I have to say. They keep saying that, but at the same time, they're constantly commentating on his videos. So he's feeding them and they're feeding him. It's a complete vicious circle. It's like Groundhog Day, just going round and round and round, doing exactly the same thing. And the cure to fix Mr. Jimmy Fixit is quite simple. It's so simple. It really is. Don't leave any comments, because he is feeding off those comments. He loves those comments. If he didn't like those negative comments, why isn't he blocking all these people? There's your answer. Because he loves it. He absolutely loves it. Yes. That's why he won't block them, because he loves it. So the way to stop all the toxicness and negativity is to stop commenting. Because I'll tell you what, if James uploaded a video, and there was only like 2 or 3 comments, with the usual, great job, James, thumbs up, James, and that was it, I'd give him 2 weeks and he'd stop making videos. Because there'd be no interaction whatsoever. That's what he's living for. He wants someone to have a go at him so that he can come back and call them all a smooth brain and I don't know what you're talking about. That's why he does it. That's why he does it. So the answer is just don't comment. Just let it die. But they won't, and they just keep. And it's just. And I say it's one of the most toxic channels I've ever seen on YouTube. I've seen some toxic ones, but Mr. Jimmy Fixit is just unbelievably toxic. It really is. And it's not just James. I don't blame James entirely for this. I also blame all the people that are constantly making the comments and regurgitating the same stuff over and over again. It's just ridiculous. I see exactly the same comments being repeated it's like they're just as bad, even though they're trying to tell James he's bad. They're just as bad themselves. Horrible. Anyway, go check him out. He's great. Stroll when he got results because he's ridiculously lucky. Fixed. James Atkins. Paddock 69 challenges Inner Alonso at Singapore 08. Imagine meeting Fixed in real life. Oh my God. Mr. Will F1. I'd I'd love to have him on here, to be honest. I'd love to have him on here on this podcast. I'd love to have him on here. I would. I'll tell you. I'd probably have to do like a 6, because you know what he's like. He just rambles on. I'd have to do like a 6-hour podcast with him, but I'd love to have him on here. Unfortunately, he's not going to come on here because he doesn't show his face, does he? James. Come on now. Why don't you show your face, James? What are you hiding, Mr. Jimmy Fixit? What are you hiding? What are you hiding? Come on. So yeah, I mean, I suppose I could do it just voice only, but wouldn't have quite the same effect, would it? But yeah, oh my God, I would love to have him on here. I'd literally have a piece of paper with at least 1,000 questions on it. I literally would. I'd have 1,000 questions on it just to ask him, because it's just fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Liam the lesbian Lawson, as F1 fanatic man calls him. There's been lunatics on the tracks in Formula 1 over the years, like Silverstone in 2003, Singapore in 2015, and Hockenheim in 2000. Yes. There's been a lunatic every race weekend for 9 years. Lance Stroll. Boom, boom, says Will. Boom, boom. I like that, Will. I like that. Yes. You get the Basil Brush Award of the week. Yes. As it is December, of course, I mentioned it a few months ago, but MTV will be no more after this month. That's a shame. That's a shame. I'll tell you why that's a shame, Mr. Lionel Plessy, because I was there right at the start of MTV. I was sitting there watching a blank screen until it came up with MTV. Yes. And I saw it. I still can't remember what that first song was. I think it was Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it wasn't. I think we discussed this a few months back, but whatever it was, I was there for the very first song. Yes, and it was glorious and magical. And I'll tell you what, MTV, for about first 3 years of its inception, that's all I watched in the background, MTV. But then, sadly, as the music declined, MTV saw that, and so they started doing reality TV stuff, didn't they? And that was the sad decline of the channel. I don't even know what MTV actually shows anymore. I haven't seen it for about 10 years, so I've no idea. But when it was a pure 100% music channel, it was great. It was absolutely great. It really was. Because they do everything. They do old stuff. They did new stuff, and they did all the years in between. It was just great. But sadly, all good things must come to an end. And MTV, as you said, will be at the end of December, is it? Okay. Very sad. Very sad. No extra track in F1 26 makes it even less appealing. Always nice to have tracks, even if not very good ones. This is very true. But I'm still not entirely convinced how good this DLC pack's going to be fair. I'm still pretty sure there's not going to be a 10-year career mode in there, because I don't know how they're going to be able to implement that due to the changes in 2026. I think, to be fair, it's just going to be the new cars inside the 2025. I think you'll be able to play them as online in multiplayer, and I think that's going to be it. There may be some kind of championship mode, maybe like F1 2015. You'll just have, like the old days, a one season where you just pick your driver and away you go. I'm not quite sure. But to incorporate it into like the current 2025 career mode, it's going to be really difficult, because they've got rid of the MGU-H for this year. And that is in the 2025 game. So are they going to be able to remove that? And I don't know. But I can't see it working properly. I really can't. So I don't think this DLC add-on pack is going to have half the features that a lot of people are expecting. I will be very surprised if it's got a 10-year career mode in it. I can't see them doing it. Because the physics of the cars are going to be completely different. How are you going to shoehorn that into a game that's already established in 25 with the physics that are in that game? How are you going to change that? I don't think you're going to be able to. So that's why I don't think there will be a career mode. I think there will just be, as I say, probably a championship mode and the ability to play online with the 20, and I think that's going to be it. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope so. I hope so, because that actually means that there was no F1 26 game at all. At least if you get a DLC pack and you can play as the new cars and maybe do a career mode, at least we can say, oh, well, there was a F1 26 game. But if that's all you can do in the DLC pack, that means that there isn't going to be an F1 26 next year. It's just a basic add-on. But we will see. And of course, the price of the DLC will be reflected on how much content they're going to put in, isn't it? I mean, Gran Turismo's just released its first DLC pack for, I think, $34.99. There's a lot of stuff in that, so I understand. So, yeah, but that's the first one. So, you know, maybe they will come up with something. But anyone thinking of a 10-year career mode, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Maybe they'll do a cut-down career mode. Who knows? Like a 3-year or a 5-year. That would be doable. Just something, you know, because it would have to be completely separate from the 25 game that's already in place. That's the problem. The other problem is adapting stuff from games that are already running is always a little bit tricky. Always a little bit tricky. But we will see. We will see. I mean, there's a huge possibility that you could be able to get this DLC pack in March, exactly the same time as the season starts next year. Because as there really isn't that much work to put into it, they may be able to release it at the same week of the first F1 race. So you'll be able to drive the F1 26 cars at the same time that they're going around the circuit, which will be great. But we will see. It's all up in the air. Codemasters and EA are going through quite a few problems right now with takeover, and I've also seen that this takeover means they're now 100% owned by a Saudi Arabian company now. With this 50 billion takeover, they're 100% owned by a Saudi Arabian company. So we will see what happens. We will see what happens. MTV, of course, sponsored the SimTech team. Yes, they did. Davinia McCall was able to do an F1 program on MTV because of it. Yes. Yes, the SimTech. The unfortunate SimTech due to the events that happened that we all know about in Imola, of course. Let me just... get a picture up on here. There it is. I definitely didn't want to do that. I definitely didn't want to do that. I definitely didn't want to do that either. There is the SimTech car, of course, with the MTV logo on the engine cover. The very sad SimTech car, of course, because it was the one where Roland Ratzenberger lost his life in 1994 at the Imola Grand Prix. But yeah, there it was with the MTV sponsorship. Great shame, I have to say. Right, what is going on? Oh, there it is in a quite bigger picture. Yeah, it's because the chat keeps coming up and interfering with it. Go away, chat. Chat, go away. Right. Yes, so there it is, the SimTech with the MTV on the engine cover. Number 32. They had the Russell Athletic, of course. Look at that rear wing. Look, it just goes to show you how the evolution of F1 has gone. Just look at the size of that rear wing. Just look at it. Look at it. And the front wing as well. Although I have to say, I preferred the look of those front wings back in the day. They just look so much better. And the nose of the car, that looks like a proper F1 car, doesn't it? I don't like the noses on the current F1 cars. That looks like a proper F1. In fact, the whole thing looks like a proper F1 car, that's what I say. A proper F1 car. Back in the day. Back in the day. Of course, driven by with a Ford engine in the back of it as well. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, there's a headline for you there. Shafted by Fate, the story of Simtek. Yeah. You got that right. You got that right. So what Formula 1 game can we play as the Simtek? The original Formula 1 game on PlayStation? Has that got the Simtek in it? What's that, based on the 95 season, isn't it? Don't know if this will work. Don't know if this will work. I've asked for a picture of the Simtek car from Formula 1. Obviously, there's not many pictures. There's one there. Was that the Simtek car in the original Formula 1? I think it was, actually. Was that the one with XTC on the back? Was that the one? Was that the one? Cool. Look at all these F1 games. Look at all these F1 games. I'm getting nostalgia now. There's Formula 1. There's Monaco Racing. I remember that one. Oh my god. F1 World Grand Prix on the Nintendo 64. Look at that. Look at that. But yeah, I think that was the Simtek, wasn't it, in 95? The one with the XTC on the rear wing, if I remember rightly. And it was kind of purpley colour, wasn't it? Purpley colour? You can't see it. It looks purple on my screen. But don't forget, I'm colourblind. So it's probably blue. But it looks purple to me. So, that's the only picture I can see. MTV, what's that one? Simtek. What's that? What's that? That's on YouTube. Don't know what that's all about.
Somehow, she'll survive.
Don't know what that's all
Won't
about.
she? Soy dog.
Get rid of the advert. Go away, advert. Hey. Hey. Someone playing a bit of F1? What's this then? Is he playing as Simtek? Well, I might have found something. In pole position, it's David Coulthard. Second place went to Damon Hill. Third position goes to Schumacher. Fourth for Eddie Irvine. In fifth place, it's Mika Hakkinen. Sixth for John Alesi. Seventh for Nico Sarlo. Eighth for Gerhard Berger. Ninth for Ruby Barrichello. 10th for Scattarella, 11th for Johnny Herbert, 12th for Yanni Morbidelli, 13th for Luca Badoa, 14th of course is Jos Verstappen, not Max, 15th is Ukio Katayama, 16th is Martini, 17th is Mark Blundell, 18th is Oliver Penis, 19th is Aguri Suzuki, 20th is Taki Inui, 21st is Venlinger, 22nd is Montemini, 23rd Bertrand Gasso, 24th Roberto Moreno, 25th Heinz Harald Frentzen, and at the back, dinners is in the oven. Oh yes, there it is, there it is.
And it's go, go, go! Straight down
There
to
it is.
turn one they come. That's putting down the pace. Look at that! I'm sure there was contact there. Brilliant! It's a great start.
It's a great
He
start, Murray.
forces his way through.
Pushes his way through.
He's definitely gaining.
Come on.
Unbelievable!
Unbelievable.
Was almost certainly a collision there.
Go on, pass the Jordan. Yes, pass the McLaren. Oh, and two Jordan and two Ferraris as well.
He should be
Oh
finishing
no,
in
the
the
Ferrari got back at him.
There
Up
was
into
definitely
fifth
contact
position.
between the two cars. He's closing the gap.
He is closing the gap. Come on. Yes. Up into fourth.
Brilliant! Spectacular overtaking there.
It was spectacular, Murray.
Buckets of adrenaline in that car.
Buckets of adrenaline.
Gap is closing.
The gap is closing.
Race order. In first, Michael Schumacher. In second position, Damon Hill. In third place, David Coulthard. Fourth, Nino Schiaparella. In fifth, Jean Alesi. In sixth place, Gerhard Berger.
Come on. Get into first place. He's going to get into first place, do you reckon? I think he must have this on easy mode because I don't think you can do this good on... Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. Oh! 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 Oh!
I'm sure there was contact there.
I'm sure there was contact there, Murray. Up into first position. Fantastic. There you go, the Simtech. Did he win the race? Did he win the race? I think he's going to win the race. Yes, he's going to win the race. Buckets of adrenaline, Murray. Shredding buckets he is. Mimo Scattarella. There is the checkered flag. Well done. There you go. 11 minutes. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was very enjoyable. Very enjoyable indeed. Right, where'd I get to? Oh, crap. Shush, shush now, shush. Right. A career driven by Yuki Tsunoda. Since after the Singapore Grand Prix in 2015, there hasn't been any losing to the track during the races. Probably thinks Tsunoda will do well in IndyCar, which is a good thing. It is. MTV died in the 2000s when they stopped playing music. Absolutely. Hello, Laurie. Welcome to the stream. He says Stroll has been out-qualified by teammate Alonso in all of the 23 races so far, and it's about to be 24. Let's be honest. I agree. Stroll be the golfer bagging bogeys and double bogeys each round. We hope we don't see any lunatics on the tracks during Formula 1 again. I hope so too, Shane. There has been a lunatic in almost every race since 2017. Lance Stroll, yes! Boom, boom! Once again from Mr. Will F1. Fixed. TMY has been doing Stroll dirty in his cool room series the last few races. No, he hasn't. It's 4 engines, not 5, Dave. Yeah, thanks, Will. Yeah, I know it's 4, but I did look it up on Google, and they said that most of the time they end up using 5 because one conks out or whatever. We had Max don't forget a few races ago. He had to put a new engine in, didn't he? And so they usually end up using 5 total, but they're only supposed to use 4. And of course, if they use 5, they get the 10 place penalty, don't they? But yeah, it is 4, but they usually end up using 5 in the end. Justice for Shane for the last 2 weeks and justice for Lance Stroll. Streaming killed the television star. Yes, it did. BBC, bring back Clarkson. Yes. Channel 5's owned by Paramount. Desmond doesn't own it anymore. Hasn't done so. Oh, he doesn't own it. Ah, see, that's how up to date I am. Desmond hasn't owned it since 2014. So Channel 5's owned by Paramount now, is it? Well, that just proves my point even more, doesn't it? Really, about the fact that traditional TV is dying. Now Paramount owns it. Blimey. So I am right that it's only really Channel 4 that's still independently being run at the moment, because ITV is going to be taken over by Sky. BBC, we haven't got a clue what's going to be happening with them. I'm pretty sure if the lawsuit goes through, I don't know what's going to happen, because don't forget, we pay for the BBC. Every single one of us who's got a TV licence, we pay for the BBC. So if Trump goes for a £5 billion lawsuit, he's taking that money from us, not from the BBC, because we're the ones that pay for it in the first place. So that's going to be a very difficult situation to sort out. But if it does come to fruition, then the BBC will be bankrupt. They won't be able to carry on with £5 billion missing. There's no way to be able to carry on. So yeah, that could be a huge problem in the future. But obviously that's going to take a very long time to go through, because it's going through the courts and through lawyers and whatever. So yeah. But so the BBC, you've got ITV, has now been taken over in a joint deal, isn't it, with Sky. So yeah, you've really only got Channel 4 that's still independent at the moment. But for how much longer? We will see. Nepotism is underrated, not going to lie. I certainly wouldn't go for a Stroll on the side of the track in Formula 1. No, me neither. When Desmond started to own it in 2010, that was when he decided to bring back Big Brother. Yes. As it's lunatic. Yes, it is. Sainz Jr. did well in the Qatar Grand Prix. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Listening on mute at the moment, reading my sister a story. Wait a minute. I've got a problem with that statement. He's listening on mute. How? Why? Jimmy, fix it. We need you right now. Please explain in a 2-hour or no less video how you can listen to something on mute. Please. We need to know the answer. Another 2-hour video coming right up, everyone. How do you listen to something on mute? Reading my sister a story. Saints, as Damon Hill calls him. Yes. Roland Rat was on the weakest link once and got voted off. He said he couldn't understand the game and thought it was bingo. Oh, Roland. To be honest, though, I preferred Kevin. Kevin the Gerbil. He was my favourite. Roland was a bit narcissistic, but Kevin the Gerbil was the everyman. He was the downtrodden gerbil, and I liked him better. Yeah. Oh, Roland. I like that song as well. What was that one they did? Can't remember now. Oh, he did Love Me Tender, didn't he? The Elvis song. Love me tender, love me do. Oh my God. Right, let's carry on. Alonso 24-0 in qualifying against another teammate incoming. Yes. I bet there's been lunatics on tracks and other motorsports like NASCAR, IndyCar, MotoGP and truck racing. Oh yes, for sure, for sure. So far, they're robbing Will F1 gaming, but what can you do? Unfortunately, cheaters prosper sometimes. McLaren want to make a way that both Norris and Piastri can win the championship. So Michael Schumacher would have won the championship in 1999 if he hadn't broken his leg at Silverstone. Oh yeah, without a doubt, he would have been world champion. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Likely, Shane. Fixed wants attention like Charlie Puth. Yes. Yes. That's what it's all about. He wants the attention, as I've said. Wants the attention. If everyone just stopped and just didn't comment, he'd get fed up and he wouldn't post anything else. I mean, some of his videos, because he's always using his PC screen, because he did admit a couple of weeks ago that he can't do editing, which I find absolutely remarkable. Absolutely remarkable for Mr. Jimmy Fixit when he admitted he can't do editing. That was the first thing I did when I came on YouTube in 2014. Okay? I set up my channel, and the next thing I did was I got an editing software and said, right, I've got to learn how to use this. That was the first thing I did, because I don't know how you can run a YouTube channel without knowing how to edit. I mean, even if it's just, simple things like, making little cuts into videos. Surely, apparently he can't even do that either. That's why his videos are so long, because he can't edit them. It's amazing. Amazing. Yes. Jimmy, if you're watching, I'm sure you are. Mate, get yourself an editing software. Don't make any more videos for a couple of weeks and just learn how to edit, because, you can't run YouTube without editing. And then maybe you better make your videos a bit shorter, and then you get more engagement, because lots of people in your videos keep complaining about why they're 2 hours long. I can't watch all of this. So, yeah, try that. But what I'm saying was, if you look at his videos, look at his PC clock in the corner of his screen, he's making them videos sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning, which is very weird. Very weird. I think I've said this before, but I don't even think 1 million subscriber YouTube channels are up till 1 o'clock in the morning making videos. They do it as a job, so they'd be up during the day making a video, wouldn't they? Like 9 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the evening. That's how they make a video. I'm sure, however, he's up at 9 o'clock every morning, makes his video, and then he's finished by 5. I'm sure that's how his schedule works. I can't think any different from however. And he's like on nearly 1 million subs. So yeah, it's very strange. Very strange why you'd be making videos at nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. Weird. Hopefully race fans will say again that Red Bull had the best car. Schumacher would have won 1999 with multiple races. Yeah, he would have done. Yeah. Schumi would have wiped the floor with Mika in 99 with how much he crumbled. Yes. Oh no! He's crying in the bushes. He's crying in the bushes. Mika Häkkinen, 1999. Thank you very much. I remember it well. Michael Schumacher would have won an 8th World Championship if he didn't try to take out Villeneuve. He didn't false start in Japan or didn't break his leg. Yes, this is true. Money for Nothing was the first song on MTV Europe when it arrived here in 1980. There you go. Money for nothing and the chicks are free. Not over here, not. Yes, that was it. Money for Nothing. And I was there live. 1987. I was there. Yes. 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 Wowzers. I remember it well. Schumacher's car looked like it was potentially faulting at Jerez 1997. Tony Jardine, something like that. Yes. Häkkinen would have won 1998 anyways, as long as he finished second at Japan. So was the driver Will. Since the Austrian Grand Prix in 1999 was the first race Michael Schumacher missed, as I looked at all the F1 seasons back to 1991, the 1999 Austrian Grand Prix was the first race without him. Since the Hungarian Grand Prix in 1991. Can you show my circuit? Yes, I can. Christ, this XP is slow. Because the Belgian Grand Prix was when Michael Schumacher made his debut in Formula 1 when he drove for Jordan, then moved to Benetton after that. Schumacher had a 2-race ban in 1994. He missed Monza and Estoril. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. F1 World Grand Prix 2000 had the best career mode. You need to earn a super... Yes. Oh my God, the super license. I still have nightmares about that super license. On Sunday night on Sky Documentaries, there's a documentary about the Benetton team. Oh, nice. Including all the Briatore backhanders. Formula 1 95. Did you know that at 58... I didn't know this. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. Did you know that at 58, Briatore boffed Naomi Campbell? Wowzers. Wowzers. It did, and you were able to drive the Syntex and all the other tracks as they pulled out after Monaco. That's right, after Monaco. But you could still drive it. If you were actually in the Simtech, you could still drive it, couldn't you? I remember that. The OGF1 games only won with Simtech. Got ya. What did you think of the Hungarian Grand Prix in 2021? All the drivers came into the pits to change tyres, but Lewis Hamilton started the race on his own while the rest of the drivers waited. Yeah, lots of people have said about that. And drawing comparisons between that and what happened last weekend. So, yeah. And in the days where you could link two PS1s together, both players could drive the Simtech. Yes. The PlayStation Link cable. It was the stuff of dreams. It was. It's the stuff of dreams. It really was. Yes. Couldn't you get full screen on both TVs as well? Was that how that PlayStation Link cable worked? I can't remember. You see, back in the day, if you wanted 2-player, it was always split screen. So one of you had the top half of the screen, the other person had the bottom half of the screen. That was always the way. But I'm sure with the Link cable, it enabled you both to have a full screen each. I'm sure that's how it worked. And it was just magical. Magical. Absolutely magical. It really was. The Link cable. Grand Prix 2 as well. The website IGCD has images of the Simcat cars. That's Scatterella to you. Oh, hello Justin Haynes. Welcome to the stream. That's Scatterella to you. Thank you. Oliver has a huge peak. Yes, he does. Shitterella. I'm sure everybody misses Murray Walker. I certainly do. I miss his voice. Yes, Shane. I missed old Murray terribly. Thankfully, he was in Formula 1 for a very long time, and I've got constant records of Formula 1 of Murray Walker's voice. So whenever I need a bit of Murrayism, I can just get it whenever I feel like it, to be honest, because he thankfully did a lot of commentary. So he's still there. He's still there. He hasn't gone anywhere. God bless you, Murray. What did you think of the 1999 European Grand Prix at the Nürburgring when some of the F1 drivers jumped the start and the red lights were still on? I'd actually have to go back and see that again, Shane, because I can't remember. That's a long time ago now. 1999, 2009, 2019. Blimey, that's 25 odd years ago, isn't it? I'd have to go back because I can't quite remember what happened there. If Trump sues the BBC, no more Top of the Pops repeats. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes. What do you think of it when some countries host more than one Grand Prix? It's all right. I don't mind. I don't mind, to be honest. As long as you don't get like 5 Grand Prix in the same country. That would be too much. It's a conspiracy, says the Paddock Lesbians. The only country that hosted more than one Grand Prix between 2008 and 2012 was Spain, which hosted the Spanish Grand Prix in Catalunya and the European Grand Prix in Valencia. Sometimes I think Valencia could have been the Spanish Grand Prix, yes. Valencia was absolutely awful, Shane. Lost tons of money for the council too. The Hookster was 58 when Senna won his first World Championship. Yes, yes. The link cable, the stuff of dreams, until you realise how much the setup of such a thing was. That's true. That's true. But it was still the stuff of dreams. The stuff of... I'm actually going to look that up. Because I'm sure I'm right. But I've got to look it up. Otherwise it's just going to bug me and I won't be able to sleep. And the answer to that question is yes! Yes, the original PlayStation Link cable allowed each player to have a full screen, non-split screen view on their respective televisions. This was a primary advantage of the accessory. Yes, indeedy. Yes, however, the link cable SCPH1040 is not compatible with the redesigned smaller PS1 You bastards, Sony, you bastards! As Sony removed the serial I/O port required for the connection. The link cable was only for the original larger PS1 models. Boo! Boo! I'm still not over Sony from removing the optical port out of the PlayStation 5. I'm not over that, Sony, because I love that port. Now I've got to do it a very complicated way using the TV, and it's not the same. Put that optical port back in, Sony. Yes, I want it back for the PS6. Yeah, you're listening to me. Here are the key points regarding the PlayStation Link cable setup. 2 consoles required. Well, duh. The setup needed 2 separate PlayStation or PSX consoles. 2 TVs required. Well, duh. Each console was connected to its own television. 2 game discs required. Well, duh. Although saying that, there were some times where you could only use one game, but not very often. Both consoles need their own copy of a compatible multiplayer game, with a few exceptions here. Full screen gameplay. The main benefit was that players could avoid a typical split screen mode, which often reduced screen size and sometimes game performance. Each player received their own full screen dedicated display of the game world. In summary, the link cable provided a full screen experience for each player, but it did not work with the PS1 model. There you go. There you go. I'm just going to have a look. To see if the link cable is on eBay, because I have actually got 2 working old PS1s. But let's have a look. What the holy crap? System link up cable, $44.99. Are you kidding me? Is that the right one? Is that the right one? Because they were talking about the serial port. That's not serial port. Oh my god. 44 quid. Well, it says system link cable. There's one there for oh, it's pre-owned. £12.23. Look at that. Look at that. £44.99. Link up cable. Well, I presume that's the one. Oh wait, there's a picture. The serial I/O port. Hang on there, everyone. I've just got to investigate something. Because over here, I have a PS1. Oh. I've actually got 2 of these, and they still work. You go back to full screen a minute. Here is said PS1. Yes, original model. Original model. As you can see, there it is. Original model. Now apparently, you've got to plug it into the... There it is. The serial... Get the serial port. There you go. It says it there. Serial IO. Look at that. Look at that. I'll have to check the other PlayStation because the other one is a little bit newer and it hasn't got this port on it. The parallel port. But I'm hoping it's still got the serial port on it. I'm hoping. These were late. This is a later model because the originals had the 3 audio jacks on the back, didn't they? That you could just plug straight in. But obviously it was all incorporated into the out cable of the PlayStation in the end. But the originals had the 3 red, white and yellow plugs to put the audio straight in. But there is the serial port. So I had to check the other one to see whether that's got a serial port as well. But I'm not paying 44 quid for it. I'm not paying 44 quid for it, but there's one there. There's one there that says £6. It says £6. Link cable for PS1. I'm a bit suspicious why it's only £6. I don't know. I don't know. That could be the one. Is it used or is it? Oh, it's new. It says link cable. £6. £6. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, I'll have to check the other PlayStation to see it's got the link cable because if it hasn't, it's game over. Game over. But yeah, it's the good old link cable. Formula 1 95 is still a Formula 1 95 is still a great game. The opponents are basically bricks. Can't take them out or anything. Yes, I know. But yeah, I still love it. There were a lot of games based on the 1999 season. Formula 1 99, F1 Challenge 99 to 2002, F1 Career Challenge, F1 World Grand Prix 2 on Dreamcast, and F1 Racing Championship. Yes. Even more for 2000. Yes. Forgot to mention the F1 Grand Prix on PS1 as well. Yes. On one of the videos where Lewis Hamilton started the race on his own at the Hungarian Grand Prix in 2021, someone commentated the 2005 US Grand Prix and the 2021 Hungarian Grand Prix. How much is the cable worth? Well, I don't know. £44 according to some, but some are selling it for £6. I think the 2021 Hungarian Grand Prix reminds people of the 6-car United States Grand Prix in 2005. Yes, I do miss there being few F1 games in a year, more competition, absolutely. Although the Sony games were superior as it had Mario and Martin commentary. Did it work with the PS2? Now there's a question. There's a question. I don't know. Did the PS2 have a serial port on the back? I'll answer that question myself. Now, unfortunately, I've only got PS2 Slims, so it may not be on there. But it may be on the original chunky model, I'm not quite sure. But I've only got Slims, and they made lots of these. And what have we got? So I've got, because my finger's on the right hand side and you're seeing it on the left because the camera gets reversed. So I've got here we go. No, look, see, you've got that's the PlayStation out port. Then you've got an optical there, and then that's your you've got a network port. So that's replaced the serial I/O port, hasn't it? So no, it doesn't look like it. Well, it doesn't work on the Slims anyway. Let me just get another. Let me just get another Slim. This is a 9000 Slim, which is one of the last ones they made, and that's got the same configuration and the network port on that. And this is a 7005, which is one of the middle configurations, and that's got the same as well, network, optical and things. So no, on the PS2 Slims, it doesn't look like they had the thing. I don't know about the fat. I've got a fat console downstairs, but I don't know. I think it was just a PS1 thing, wasn't it? That port. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was just a PS1 thing. I do like Martin Brundle commentating on Formula 1. Yes, James Allen used to commentate on Formula 1. Yes, he did. I feel sorry for Kimi Antonelli receiving abuse on social media recently. Yes, that was unfortunate. I mean, it was old Lambesi who did it, didn't he? But it was just unfortunate that he made a mistake, and that is that he didn't wait until he got the facts come through. As soon as Max crossed the line, he turned around and went, "Oh, don't know what happened to Kimi there. It looks like he just pulled over to let Max past." And that was a mistake on Lambesi's part. He shouldn't have said that at all, because it was only a couple of minutes later, or at least on the highlights that I was watching, it's only a couple of minutes later they showed exactly what happened with Kimi Antonelli, and clearly you can see that he lost the car, and that's why Max got through. It's nothing to do with him. I mean, why would he just yield and let him pass anyway? I mean, he's at Mercedes. He's got no obligation to pull over, has he? So that's very, very weird. But yes, I mean, Red Bull did issue a statement with an apology on it, which was fair enough. I'll give him that. It's just unfortunate that Kimi Antonelli ended up with so much abuse, including death threats, I do believe, as well, which is absolutely 100% not on. I mean, Jesus Christ, that kid's 18 years old. There's no way an 18-year-old kid should be getting death threats. I don't care. In any situation, should be receiving death threats. That's just, that's just the some of the manic supporters of other teams. Unfortunately, they go too far, and that was the result. But these things happen, unfortunately. Back in the war, they used to have a saying. What was it? Careless words cost lives. I can't remember what it was. Something like that anyway. But yeah, that was never a truer statement than what happened there at the weekend. Never a truer statement. I can't believe you don't remember at the start of the 1999 European Grand Prix. You've been watching Formula 1 since before I was born. You don't. No, I'm sorry, Shane. It is 25 years ago. I mean, as soon as I watched it, I'd remember it straight away. But at the moment, it's completely slipped my memory, because I say it was 25 years ago. Once you get older, you haven't got all this space for all this information to go into your brain, so you have to forget a few things, and that's one of the things I've forgotten. But I say, as soon as I see what happened, I will know exactly, and I go, oh yeah, of course that was it. But at the moment, I've completely forgotten it. A long time ago. Right, time's getting on, everyone. So we've got some more tracks again for you to critique. Let me get it up on the screen. Here we go. We've got a circuit in Dubai. Give us your marks out of 10. Wait a minute. No. Stop it now. No. Just no. Okay? You have made that track on purpose, because that looks like a penis. haven't you? Admit it. You've made that track on purpose because you know it looks like a penis. I'm sorry. I know. I'm not accepting that. I'm not Look what he's called it. Look what he's called it. The Hookster International Circuit. Yes. Unbelievable. 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 The Hookster International Circuit. And it looks like a penis. Look at that. Look at that. There's only one thing I can do with that. Only one thing I can do with that. There's only one thing I can do with that picture. And that's this. There you go, everyone. That's so much better now. There it is. It's a banana. It's a big banana. Look at it. Big banana. Big banana. At the Abdullah Imran Teriyam Street Circuit. It's in Dubai. And it's called the Hookster something or other. But there it is. There it is. Yes, that's it. That's it. I've gone back to school, everyone. Yes, that's what I used to write under. That's what I used to draw underneath the desk. Yes, you know those wooden desks. You lift the top up, and way there was a huge penis. That was always me. That was always me. Yes, always me. Oh my God, there you go. There you go. Look at the name. You're welcome. Since Spain hosted more than one Grand Prix between 2008 and 2012, we know Spain has hosted more than one Grand Prix next year. This is a real road network, by the way. Oh, Lord. Spain will host the Spanish Grand Prix in Madrid and the Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix at Catalunya. And that's Dave demonetised. Yes, indeed. I'm not accepting that track. I mean, I would create a better racetrack than that. Absolutely, Shane. Absolutely. Well, there you go, everyone. It's time for me to say au revoir. Now, unfortunately, last week's stream was blocked by YouTube. And it took me a hell of a lot of time to get it unblocked. And the reason it was blocked was due to the Pick of the Pops music I used during the Top Fans. they've let me get away with it for weeks now. They demonetise the video, which is fair enough because it's not, it's not my music. I haven't got a problem with that. They demonetise the video, but they've let me. It's been passed. But now, whoever made Pick of the Pops is obviously cracking down, and they've been watching my streams and like, no, we're not accepting that anymore. And they actually blocked it last week. So unfortunately, for the final one of this series, I can't use the Pick of the Pops music. Which I know. So let me see if I can find an alternative. And the answer is, no, I can't. So we've got to go with some dramatic music, which I know isn't copyrighted because I use it all the time. I'm sorry, but that's YouTube for you. That's YouTube for you. I've lost it. Where am I? Here I am. Here I am. Watch Liberty add that to the calendar next year. Bound to. I know which music we can use instead. Hello, Jimmy. No, we can't use that one either because that gets copyrighted. So we're going to use the dramatic. So for the final time this series, 1 minute of spamming the chat. 1 minute of spamming the chat, and it starts right now. Spam the chat, spam the chat, spam the chat. Come on, spam. I'm not going to read the messages. Spam it, spam it, spam it. Come on, spam the chat, spam the chat, spam the chat. 50 seconds left. Spam the chat. Spam, 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 spam. Spam, spam, spam. Spam the chat, spam the chat. Spam, spam the chat. Spam the chat. Here it goes, here it goes. 30 seconds left. Spam the chat, spam the chat. Here we go. 25 seconds left. Spam that chat, spam that chat. 20 seconds left. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Stop spamming now. Stop spamming. Stop spamming. Stop spamming. Stop spamming. 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 Stop spamming. Stop. 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 I doubt they'll be wanting to monetize that. Firestone. 17 Australian Grand Prix was the first race without him since the 2005 Chinese Grand Prix. Yes, right, here we go then. Here we go. I am pressing the top fans button. All results are now going to be final. Watch Dave read that out. Wait a minute. Jim will fix it for you. Ah. There you go. Right, I'm pressing the top fans button right now. Let me see if it's worked. Yes, it has. Oh, you nearly saw that. You nearly saw that. Okay, so for the final time this series, it's time for the top fans. And this time you're going to get dramatic music because it's not copyright protected, so shut up! Here we go. We've got to do the slow build now, So music first. I can't actually hear it because I haven't got my headphones on. But there you go. Slow build. Right, here we go. At number 8. Oh, it's a new entry for Laurie Rastogi. 35012. I don't know. Well done with 25 XPs. In at number 7 we have... It's Justin Haynes, 9660. Another new entry into our top fans chat. At number 6 we have... It's DJM9937. Well done, sir. You are 6 in the final episode of our top fans. Into the top 5 now. At number 5 it is... Oh my goodness, it's the number 1 Yorkshireman in the whole of Yorkshire. It's Will F1. Wowzers. Top 4 of the top fans now. At number 4 it's going to be... Oh, it's Mr. Regara at number 4. So into the top 3 now. At number 3 it is... It's the master of spam himself, Mr. Pinal Pessy. So the top 2. Who is going to be second and who is going to be the leader? Second place is going to be... I'm going to give you some dramatic music first. Second place is going to be... It's Shane, which means once again we have a leader, and it is... Oh my goodness. It's the Paddock Lesbians. Despite the fact that YouTube doesn't want him on the platform and keeps censoring his name, he's back at number 1 with 150 XP. In fact, level with Shane with 150 also, but the Paddock Lesbians have stolen it. Number 1 for the final round of this series of the top fans. Wowzers. I've got to turn the music off now. Church music. There you go. For the final time. Number 1. I think that makes me the top fan of 20... Yeah, I think it does. Congrats to Laurie at this point. Regara's bottled it again. Shane in second. There you go. That's the results of the top fans tonight. So there you go. We have the final round of the In Real Life World Championship on this Sunday, of course. Someone's going to win it because there's no more racing after this. So it's either going to be Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri or Max Verstappen. It's a three-way fight to the title. So it's going to be exciting in that respect because of the fact that the championship isn't decided yet. Whereas, of course, last year it was decided. I think we're still 5 rounds to go with Max Verstappen. So there is some excitement there. But who will be the winner? We will find out on Sunday. Lights to flag win. Paddock 69's won it. You didn't give your rating for my circuit. I'll give you 10 out of 10 for that circuit. 10 out of 10 because you You named it after me. Okay, that's the only reason you get it. 10 out of 10. Norris and Piastri to win the championship. Yes, both together. Yes, both together. Anyway, that is it, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. From me and Mr. TB the Bear. Yes, everyone's favourite bear. 69. Yes, that's right. 69 out of 10. Everyone's favourite bear. Yes. TB's going to have a little rest now. Yes, little rest because he's tired. Being a Lewis Hamilton fan is a full-time job, you know. He's very, very tired. He may be back before the end of the year, don't worry. But for now, he's off for a little rest. He's going to rest until Sunday and he's going to watch the final Grand Prix, hoping once again that Lewis Hamilton might win it. That's not going to happen, is it? That's not. No. Shh, that's not going to happen. Anyway, there's TB. TB, my favourite bear. Yes, indeed. Everyone's favourite bear. TB is going to go and cry after this amazing... He is. You're right. He's going to go off and cry. Anyway, I just want to say 2025 championship paddock winner, Will second and Shane third, I think. F1 2002. Yes, I know about the 2002 for Christmas. Thank you very much. I haven't even started it yet either, so thanks for reminding me on the 4th of December. I haven't even started it. In fact, I'm only halfway through racing it. I'm thinking, oh God. Oh, well, it should be around sometime during the Christmas anyway, so there you go. We will see. Anyway, this has been the last official Hookster Talks for this year, and I'm very proud to say I have made every single week during the Formula One season, apart from during the summer break when there was nothing to talk about, and so I think I had a 2-week break during that. But for every single race I have been here, which is a miracle for me. Yes, a miracle for me. So I'm very proud of the fact that I've been here for every single week, especially as it's 24 rounds of the championship as well. So I'd just like to thank you, my ever reliable fan base out there, and thanks for all your support over this year. It's your comments that I see in my videos and comments about everything else that keep me going, because it has been a long season and I'm pretty tired, and I will admit, for the first time in a long time, I shall be glad when Sunday's over. I'll be glad when Monday's over, when I've made the final video review of the year. I'll be glad when that's over, to be honest, because it's been a long season, a very, very long season. I'm going to cry after Abu Dhabi, non-stop until March. No, that's it. We are done. I will be back in March, of course. There might be one from me during the testing season, which I usually do, but that'll be in February. But apart from that, I won't be back. Now, I will be back again. I might be back next Thursday. Not saying I will be, but I might be back next Thursday for a Christmas special, of course, because I'm going to wrap it up for Christmas. So this is my last official Hookster Talks of the year when I'm doing the F1 races. I'll try not to do much about F1 on the Christmas stuff. I like to do other things and basically just muck around for a couple of hours. But this is officially the last Hookster Talks of the year. As I say, might be back next Thursday, might be back another time, but I'll be back again for the Christmas shenanigans at some point, obviously before Christmas. Yes. So anyway, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone's support. I'll just say thank you to everyone in the top fans list, to the Paddock Lesbians, of course, to Shane, to Plynal Plessy, to Mr. Regard, to Will F1, to DJM as well, and thank you to Justin, and thank you to Laurie as well. All of those people I've seen in my comments a few times during the year. So thanks to everyone, and thanks once again to all your support for the channel. It's your support that actually sort of keeps me going. Otherwise, I just go to sleep all day and all night as well. I would. I'd just go to sleep all day and all night because I couldn't be bothered. So yeah, thanks for all the support. Lots of people asking if I was retiring from doing this, and the answer to that is no. I will be back next year for the 2026 season. The only reason I'll be back next year, it's because I am really excited for the new regulations. So yes, I'll be back for the 2026 season. And of course, I've already announced my retirement from doing the all seasons, but of course that won't be until 2027, which will probably end up being 2028 before that stops. So yes, so the long-term gameplay videos will be finishing about 2028. Doesn't mean I won't be doing gameplay videos ever again. I just won't be doing another long-running series ever again, because I've done so many career modes now. I think I've finally reached the end. Although there is one last career mode I would like to do, and if I can get it up and running, that will be my last career mode ever. And that won't be. It won't be, well, it'll be kind of connected to the all seasons, but won't be. But if I can get it up and running, that I will actually announce that as my final ever career mode. So I will probably still be doing gameplay videos, but it won't be in like a career mode structure and, you know, season after season after season, because I've been doing it now for 8 years, and I think it's time for a rest. But in regards to talking about Formula One, the Hookster talks, I don't see any reason to stop, because I'm just talking rubbish for 2 hours. So why do I need to stop doing that? So the channel's not going to suddenly die. The channel will still be here, but it'll probably transition more to doing talky stuff than to actually doing videos. But I will still make videos as well at the same time. But you know, I'm probably going to go back through the back catalogue and see if I can do updates on all the videos that I've made in the past, because I think a lot of them could do with updates. Some of the series could need finishing as well, so I might get around to doing that. Of course, if I'm not doing a long running series, I will have more time to do that. So that's the future plans. It's like a very, very slow retirement, which will probably last the next 5 years before I eventually hang it up. But as I say, talking about Formula One, I don't see any reason why I can't keep doing that for, you know, until they stick me in the old folks home, which will probably be next week at the rate I'm going. But yeah, so I can still be doing that for ages, so that's not going to disappear. Solid points 20 off. McLaren have given me your dad's addiction. Yes, I expect they have. Good. He's taking it back like Tony Braxton. Got to do the F04 match. That's the one I was talking about. I'm still trying to get that up and running, because it has to be running perfectly. At the moment, it's only 90% perfect. So until I get it 100%, I can't do it yet. Okay, but I'm still working on that career mode all the time. But until it's perfect, I can't do it. But when I do that, that will be my final ever career mode. Okay, and before you say, wait, F104, yes, it'll be F104, but it'll be F104 with a little twist. Yes. I'm not going to say any more, otherwise I'll spoil the surprise. But if that does start working 100%, I should be doing that, and that will be my final ever career mode, because I will be done. And I'll explain later on what that'll all be about, and why I'm doing F104 again, and why I haven't gone completely bonkers and doing the all seasons from the start again. That's not happening, but there will be an explanation why F104. But I will leave that for later. And the James May career mode, Of course, James May now, I could, instead of just stealing sound bites from his Top Gear appearances, I could now just do him as AI, which would be a lot better, wouldn't it? Because I could just make the words up for whatever I want to do. And the Kami Jordan career mode, I still haven't finished that, have I? I've still got that on my PC somewhere. I'm halfway through the season, I still haven't finished it. It's going to be very emotional when the all seasons ends. It's the longest running series ever. It is going to be emotional, Shane. Emotional for me as well, because I've been doing it for 8 years now, and that's every single week I've just been churning out those episodes. So it will be emotional for me as well. But it will give me a chance to catch up on other videos that I haven't been able to do because of doing this. So it's a good thing that it's ending in a way, because it allowed me to do other things. So that's good. But don't panic, Shane. It's not going to finish at any time soon. Don't forget, I have committed to the 2027 season. That's going to be my last on the all seasons. And don't forget, I am always a year behind, so it'll be 2028 before the all seasons finishes. It'll be 2028. Okay, so don't panic. It's not finishing yet. We still got. Oh God, we still got 26, 20. Still got 3 years yet, Shane. 3 years. Yes, 3 years. So don't worry. It's not going anywhere yet. Because as I say, I'm still on the 24 season at the moment. And then I've got 25. And I don't know what the DLC pack's going to be. If we do get a career mode, I'll do one on 26 as well. If we don't, I'll skip over to 27. But there won't be a gap in the all seasons because I'm already a year behind anyway. So it doesn't make any difference. Yes, there won't be any gaps. All it will mean is that I will start 27 pretty much the same time the game comes out. For the first time ever, I will have caught up and I'll be doing the career mode the same time as the game comes out, which will be a lot better for views anyway. But we will see. We will see what happens. Yes, definitely will be. The F1 Test Driver career mode. Trying to get it perfect. Did you see your F1 2009 career mode, mate? Yes, I did. But that was as perfect as I could get it, okay? At the moment, I'm having issues with slowdown. It only happens occasionally, but I don't want slowdown, okay? There's a reason why I'm getting slowdown, and I'll explain that when I eventually get round to making one of these videos. Properly, anyway. I think you'll be fine. Damn. Blind Plessy gets a podium in 5th place for the year. So there you go, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for watching tonight. You have been awesome as always. Enjoy the final round of the Grand Prix, and then I would suggest you forget about F1 and just put it out of your mind for a couple of weeks. You need to decompress F1 for a couple of weeks. That's what I do. As soon as Sunday's over, well, no, it's Monday for me because I have to make the video review. But as soon as that Monday's over, I then completely decompress and I forget about. I'm still making the all seasons, of course, so I can't completely forget about it. But yeah, I completely just sort of say, okay, Formula One, I'm taking a break, and I usually take a break for the rest of December and don't come back to it until the start of January. So that's probably the best thing. All done. Yes, I am all done. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always, and I will catch you again for the Christmas special. It may be next Thursday, it may not be, but it will be some point over Christmas. Just keep looking out for it, and I will turn up somewhere. I'll see if I can't get some special guests on as well. We'll have a few guests on the show if we can. Maybe I can get Jimmy Fixit on. Yes, that'll be a thing, wouldn't it? Yes. On the last All Seasons video, I would imagine it would say it's come to an end. The All Seasons, yes. It will probably be something like that, Shane. Something like that. 6th of June, 2017. I've gotten Carly close to open your circuit. Definitely won't take a break, but yes. Okay, thanks everyone. Awesome as always. And I'll catch you. I shall be around at the weekend, obviously, for the results tables on my on the YouTube Shorts channel. You know, when I give the results out, and I shall be back with the All Seasons on Saturday, and of course I'll be back on Monday for the review of the race. It may be a long one, or it may be a short one, depending on what happened during the race. We will find out though on Sunday. So thank you. You have been awesome as always. Maybe one day I'll get to 2,000 subs. Who knows? Who knows? The miracle of Christmas may happen, and I may wake up Christmas Day and find them on 2K. Who knows? But anyway, it doesn't matter if it doesn't happen. I don't care. Thanks. You've been awesome as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Also, looking back at all the F1 games you've done from 04 to F1 27, the all season videos in a bit. I'll catch you in the asylum. Bangers. Yes, I'll be in the asylum. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm surprised they haven't put me in there already, to be honest. But I've managed to get away with it for quite a few years. But yeah, eventually they're going to catch up to me. They're going to cotton on to me and say, Hookster? Hookster? What are you doing, Hookster? Christmas. Yes. And I'm sure at some point over Christmas, I may need to take the piss out of someone again. You know, like I did with the Paddock 43 girls, because I feel it's that time again. I feel it's the time is near. So we will see have a little rummage around YouTube and see if there's. I found a few. I must admit, but I haven't put me on a video yet. But I have found a few. Yes. But anyway, thank you. What was that? I don't know. I missed it. He's retracted the message. Anyway, thanks everyone. Awesome as always. Enjoy the Grand Prix, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you, and good night. Well, there's only one way to end a stream really like that, isn't it? And that's to do a slow walk off and then to turn the light out. Yes. If only I had some sad piano music. Oh no, I better not, otherwise YouTube will probably block me. So just play it in your heads right now, everyone. Thank you. And good night. You know, that would have worked so much better if I had a timer to actually turn the camera off. Bye. What's that? This Hookster is crap, isn't he? Bloody useless honking. Yes, indeed.